early today. We're about 7 minutes early. Let me pop out the chat. Let me know if you hear me good and I don't sound like a robot. I just rebooted my computer, so I don't know how I sound. I didn't do a test. Let me pause my stream. Let me give a hi to some of you. Conjuring some potions. What was I doing? Was it me? Or are you talking about someone else? Let me do live chat. Okay. Christopher Odd, good morning. I don't know if you're here or not, but good morning. Hope you're doing well. If you guys like to watch video games on YouTube, I think he does a bit of Twitch, maybe not too much anymore. He is one to check out. I believe you're getting Dying Light 2 early. Maybe if you are, I'll definitely check it out. I can't wait for Dying Light 2. I'll be getting it, or I've already pre-downloaded it. Where are we? Actually, let me make... Okay, so we're all good. Let me say hi to some of the people who have already been here. Timothy, good morning. David, good morning. Knox, good morning. Tim, good morning. Alonzo, how's it going? SPX Labs, how's it going? Jason, how's it going? Yeah, so I'm early because I'm having Bell come and fix my fiber connection. I have two different ISPs. There's really only, well, two major ISPs in Canada, and it's Rogers and Bell. My fiber, I was streaming on it last week. My fiber, right after the stream ended, the ONT broke, so it hasn't been working for a week, and I just didn't follow up with it because I have a backup connection. But anyway, I'm gonna get it fixed today. So I called this morning, and now they're gonna be here between 12 and 5. I hate how they give you such a wide gap. Like, I don't want to be waiting around. I was wanting to go to Canada Computers to buy a new mouse. I might have to do that later. I don't even know what time they close. Gotwire, good morning. The Dude, Steven, how's it going? Brinsley, good morning. Frederick, how's it going? Donald, good morning. Woke up to 34 degrees. So I guess, yeah, that's cold. So it's kind of cold here today. I was out in the morning. I went to the gym and whatnot, and it was a little cold. Yol Berry, hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. Good morning to you from Venezuela. Image is wonky. I don't know. Is the image good for everybody else? I haven't dropped any frames. Check to see if you're not on like 440p. Sometimes, or YouTube cuts it down. Smash that like button. Sure, yeah, if you guys want to do that early. Yeah, I guess Sean, tell us. That's more, yeah, that's more out your way, though. We don't even have Shaw. I don't think we... Well, maybe we do have Shaw here. I'm not too sure. From Portugal, good morning. AT&T said they would come between 12 and 2. So I have business internet, so it might be a little bit different. Might be a little bit different. I'm pretty tired today. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you do. I was doing an install. I need to get in better shape because, yeah, that killed me yesterday. I haven't done an install for probably a month and a half due to the worldwide thing that's going on right now. I just need to start eating better. I had pizza the last 2 nights and Wendy's and McDonald's, and anyway, we're gonna start more exercising, less eating. Mattis, good morning. How are you? Jordan, how's it going? From Ireland. Awesome. Albert, good morning. Billy, how's it going? So, hey Cody, from a home install, for a home install of Talk, do you need a static IP? No, you do not. 1060 there, perfect. I was looking because sometimes I set it at 4K by accident and it will break up the quality a bit. I'm constantly checking my cameras now to make sure this Bell guy's not going to be here early. Rogers just bought Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so with my better half, she's doing online school right now, and it's a bit choppy on the Zoom. The Bell connection's better than the Rogers. Like, I have 1,000 by 1,000 with Bell, and Rogers I'm 1,000 by like 40. I don't know. I don't notice any knockouts, but she's been having issues, so I would rather get onto the fiber connection. Sophie, how's it going? Yeah, so that job yesterday was a bit, and we'll go over it in a second. Can you not do it on Android? I don't know. I'm not an Android person. I do have an Android phone here. I think I did a video on a VPN maybe within Android. You guys could see. I don't know if my stream deck's not working. Let me try to bring this up if this is the right scene. Mocha is right. Okay. Oh, that's her butt. She's look. I have the window open because it's like 25 degrees in this house right now. So she's just looking out the window. Hopefully she turns around. Iram, how's it going? Adam, how's it going? Still haven't learned how to spell massa. It's such a long name. That's crazy. Jim, how are you? We didn't get a snowstorm here. I mean, I guess I could show you my cameras right now. My one camera's still messed up because I haven't fixed the cable. But we have a bit of snow. I probably should do the driveway, but yeah, I'll do that next time. My car is super dirty. This car is just, yeah, I need to throw it away and buy a truck. I'm like packing ladders and boxes of cable and all my gear in to go do these jobs. Yeah, we haven't got. I mean, we had a snowstorm. When was it? Last week, maybe something like that. So I had to put off a job. But anyway, ended up finishing it. It was for Unifi access. Bruce, how's it going? How's the phone system working? Christos, how are you? No augment. I'm surprised that they don't. Like, the Wi-Fi Man app looked before like it had more features on an Android than the iPhone. Matthew, how are you? I'm hopefully they start bringing that stuff over. I want to get a new iPhone because I have an iPhone 11. I had an iPhone 12 and I gave it away because I didn't like it. It was when I bought it, it was super small. I didn't realize. I didn't buy the Pro version of it. So maybe I'll upgrade my phone so I could get better the better readings from the Wi-Fi Man app. GLD, how's it going? Jeremy, how's it going? So another thing I'm going to try to cut less of is coffee. This is my third coffee today and I've already had pre-workout, so I'm pretty caffeined out and I'm still tired. Crazy. Kevin, how are you? Okay, so let's go over this job. I posted this on Reddit and holy moly, am I getting ripped apart. And you know what? It is what it is. And I'm sure some of you will say this as well. Like, they're like, why is the rack on the ground? Well, this is a 2-post rack. 16, I didn't buy the rack, by the way. I don't buy 2-post racks. I usually wall mount. The customer bought this, but it's meant to go on the ground. That's what 2-post racks are meant to. But it is by like this water drain and stuff like that. So I don't have any, I can't tell them where to put it. This is between the general contractor and the customer. So this is where they wanted their data rack. And I believe there was supposed to be a wall right here. Anyway, there's no wall, so the furnace is to the right of it. And there's a full video coming on this tomorrow. And then another thing, people were going crazy that the UNVR was on the bottom. And there's no UPS. So the job's not finished yet. I still need to go back. This UNVR is going to move up. And then we're going to put a UPS on the bottom. The reason the UNVR is on the bottom right now, this rack doesn't have anywhere to drill into the ground to bolt it. So I have to have some sort of weight or this thing's going to tip over. I mean, it probably won't tip over and it didn't when I was working on it, but we want to have some weight at the bottom. So I filled it with hard drives. I forget what UPS, they bought not a rack mount UPS. It's just like one of the stand up, oh God, I can't even think of the name now. Anyway, a stand up UPS. So we may end up actually taking all of this out and putting it into a wall mount, which is going to be a crazy amount of work for me, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Let's see. Jeremy, good morning. I think I might have already said good morning to you and Kevin. Go with the 13 Pro. I might. I don't know. So when I did the iPhone 12, I'm still on like a lease plan for it. I went back to the iPhone 11 and gave my iPhone 12 to Chantel. She likes it. I just don't like it. Hashtag canceled. Well, when you post anything on Reddit, in labeling too. So I haven't labeled anything yet. Obviously, you can tell. But I do that after. All the labels at the back, we have wire wraps on them. So anyway. You hate caffeine. I gotta probably stop drinking caffeine. We'll see. Timothy I just finished running 1,500 feet of network in the basement. Wow. Did you go with Cat 6A? I forget what you were going with. Oh, you're struggling with the Wave app. Okay. Well, I'll let you know because this customer is now going. Another reason why we're going back again. Originally in the scope of work, we weren't putting in a VoIP system, and now they want six Grandstream phones and a UCM 63 or 6304A. And yeah, we can meet. We can meet this week. I don't think I have a crazy amount of stuff going on. Rich, how's it going? Richard, how's it going? Kevin, how's it going? Gold from South Dakota. I have no idea what these are right here. I wonder why that broke up. Anyway. Oh, you went with only Cat 6. You'll be fine with Cat 6. It's in your house. I probably should run another cable to the office beside us because there's no cable in there. It would be better to have her computer hardwired in. So yeah, this is that. Whoops. This is the job here. I mean, it was all right. The color coding threw people off. So the blue is going to be for data and voice. The purple is for cameras, and the yellow is for access points. They have 6 access points. I don't know if they need them all, but we'll do a heat map scan and see. Hi, why does the UDM Pro no 4G SIM option? A USB slot would be great. It would be great. I'm not too sure. They don't even have that in the new SE either. Every time a Unifi update takes place, the language changes back to Dutch instead of English. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen that happen. I mean, although I only switch. Mine's always ever been on English. What else was okay? There's a few things we're gonna talk about. So this video, I'm done the video. Well, I just need to do an outro, and then that's kind of it. It's actually a fairly long video. It's about 10 minutes long. Which my videos usually aren't that long. It's a lot of time lapses, music, blah, blah, blah. It's just giving you an eye. I think people like to see these builds, even though most of my builds are pretty much cookie cutter. They are adding 2 AI 360 cameras. I'm not sure if I'm going to film again at the site. If I do, it will just be putting on the AI 360. Hey, he's scratching the screen. And then maybe placing the phones and stuff like that. I'm still waiting on my UDM SE. Ubiquiti is supposed to be sending it to me, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, I saw you. Oh, my cat just jumped on my computer table, so you might see the camera move a bit. I saw you did that. Or you said that. I don't think I can create a loop with these because these ones are so small. They're just the 0.5. I think they're the 0.5 meter. Let's look. Oh, and we also I fixed the alerts. Not that you guys need to do this, but I have some alerts, and if it gets too much, like if we get new members or donate or tips or whatever they call it on, oh, it's not, it's super chats, isn't it? Actually, let's test one. I just want to see if it's actually working. There shouldn't be sounds. There we go. So if that gets too much, I'm going to end up taking it away, but I think it's kind of, I don't know. I like seeing my own face, I guess, on screen. But let's look at this. So it was a point. Yeah, this is the shortest one you could get. I don't know if I'm going to loop it. We'll see. We'll see on the bend radius of it. Oh, just give me a sec. I got to let my cat out. 1 minute. Okay, let's see where we are again. Because they have a ULT. They do, and I haven't tried it. I haven't tried that out. I've used it with a few customers in the States, but we don't have the ULT or ULTE here. That's what somebody asked on Twitter. So, camera shaking. Is there a general standard color code for different types? I guess it's personal preference. I should probably just come up with one and stick with it. It's been hard to get certain colors of cable. Distributors are sold out. Same with Keystone Jacks. So I kind of just use what I have. God, my cat just keeps jumping back and forth. Hey Sean, how's it going? So Ottawa here. Ever play with non-Unifi? I forget which brand I have here. I bought another access control system. I forget what it's called. I think it might be Paradox, something like that. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I bought it a long time ago. Your PCMD, how's it going? Does anyone have a good budget rack recommendation for a home lab? I'm in the US, not looking to. I'm not too sure about that. Ryan asked, hi Cody, do you use prime cables for patch? If so, Slim Run or Go Slim. So I use, they're called Infinite cables. They're out of Canada. I don't know if they ship worldwide. Oh yeah, they might ship worldwide, or to US anyway. So you could buy Cat 6A. There's these ultra thin cables right here. So, well, actually, they see some of the most of the, like, who's gonna want green? Actually, green might look all right. So they have blue. Black's probably sold out. Oh, black's in stock now. Okay, so it's been coming in stock, so that's great. Mr. V, how's it going? I also spent $1,300 on a 48 port PoE switch. Now I'm trying to sell the 24 port PoE. You should be able to sell it back. You should be able to sell it. I just sold about $4,000 worth of gear that I just had lying around. Yeah, don't tell the wife how much you spend on gear. That's that's not a good one. Yeah. Send me a picture, Jason. I'd like to see. I've been arguing with a buddy of mine, but is there anything as good or better than Unifi Protect's cameras systems at the price point? So Unifi Protect cameras are actually kind of expensive. It really depends what you need, I guess. Like there's Hike Vision, there's Reolink. I just like Unifi Protect because it's easy. And I think it works well and the quality's great. I think anyway, that's just my opinion. For SOP, I use a short fiber instead of copper. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, you could do that as well, an LC fiber connection. Janek, how's it going? Your rack costs 200 pounds. Wow. CDVI, are you talking about, is that a camera? I don't know what that is. Oh, access control system. No. Yeah, I don't do a lot of access control, but I have people ask me all the time to do Unifi access for them. So, I mean, I'll just do it if we're doing a network install for them. And it's fairly, it's not bad. I mean, it's come a long way from the beginning. Like tying into fire panels and that, you have to do that separately outside of the access control system anyway. I'm getting pretty limited on what I can do with the UDM firewall rules VPN. What's the next logical step? OpenSense, pfSense, virtual firewall. I wouldn't virtualize my firewall. I would either go with OpenSense or pfSense. Me, I use pfSense more. OpenSense, I use just to do those videos. Yes, smash the like button. I appreciate it. And good morning, Pharaohs. How is it going? You're probably, everything's opening back up tomorrow here, so that's great. It's a 15U rack. I forget what I spent on my StarTech. It was a 25U. Amazon 6U wall mount is cheap enough. Actually, let's take a look at that. Amazon. We'll look in the US because most of you are probably from the US. Network rack. StarTech. Let's take a look at the one I have. I think it's this one. Let's see. I don't even know what I paid for it. Almost $400 US. That's crazy. I don't remember paying that much. I do like how they have these cable managers at the back though. Those little hoops. Depends if you're looking at something that big, but you know, you're going to have to spend a bit of money if you need something bigger to hold servers. Let's see. Any thoughts on the Ubiquiti patch cables? The Ubiquiti patch cables are decent. Depends, like not in a rack. I don't put mine in the rack because they're too long. Like if you look at this rack here. Oops. I'm using 6-inch patch cables. On the Ubiquity, they say that it's 0.1 meter. Let's do meter to inch. So if we do 0.1, so they say that this is only 3.93 inches, but I don't, wait, is this 6 inches? Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's actually longer because of their boot. But anyway, it's really cool for access points because you could bend this boot. Oh, you can't see that. Right? So you could bend the boot and it's easier to get into the RJ45 end or the Ethernet interface. Okay, where are we here? You want green. Yeah, I mean, I guess green could be okay. I just try to match it with the Keystone jacks. I don't know if I can get vertical cable Keystone jacks in green. I like Rising Electronics for cheap racks. They usually, yep. I have a rack sitting in my garage right now. I actually have a few I need to get rid of. What DAC cable can you use with the UDM Pro and a 24 PoE switch? You could use, I think any of them, but if you're not using a Pro switch and it's only a 1 gig uplink, you need to hard code the speed for it to work. Sophie the cat, I don't believe there is. There's something called like Mushroom Networks that aggregates WAN links, but I think that it probably does a load balance type thing. My wife says wives are listening. Well, oh, I got a new guitar, which she already knows about, but I bought that guy the other day. So I did sell one of my guitars. I had this red SG. I sold it because I don't like it. So that's a Fender Player Series, something like that. I still have that yellow guitar. It's in for, they got to do something to it. And then I'm buying one more bass and that's it for the year. I bought like 5 or 6 guitars this year. The craze here now is Cat E doing testing. I don't see the need for it. In a house, you don't need that. You definitely don't. Yes, keep quiet. My director of finance is the wife. Exactly. Hello, Cody. Do you have some idea with my Unifi UDM base to UDM Pro site-to-site VPN not working, static IPs, same IPs on the both side? Have you tried pinging back and forth? Sometimes it needs a packet to initiate. L2TP, that's strange that the L2TP is working well because with the latest Windows update, it broke a lot of L2TP. That's why I'm trying to learn expand the Unifi access. I don't think you'd be able to do multi-doors unless you have, yeah, so you have to buy one controller per door. Like you have to have one hub per door. So it could get somewhat pricey, but I don't know. It just works and it's very simple. It works with all 12 volt accessories. Unifi access is freaking awesome. Just the amount of flexibility and the control in the business level system. I think it's great. Your 15U with the glass door was $225 on Amazon. So I don't like my personal preference is to have open frame. I just prefer it, but there's lots of people who like theirs behind glass as well. I'm not sure if you could talk about it, but have you checked out EA 7.5 Unifi controller? Seems like they're moving stuff around, but in a good way. I kind of have. I haven't looked at it too much just because it's in EA. I may put another one of my devices on it just to get a feel for it, and then when they release it, I could do a video. That's the thing with Unifi. Every time I do a full build, they change the firmware, and I got to do it again, which is good. It gives me new content, but I mean, people are gonna see the same video over and over and over. You see the okay? So on my Amazon page in the US, I see the same rack for $246.30. Okay, so it may just be a different vendor selling it. Cody, I'm also reading that using ultra slim patch cables are not good for PoE. I have been using the Unifi patch, working for my G4 in the Access PoE or the Access Hub PoE++, but don't want to damage the hardware. I've used slim cables for thousands of PoE devices and never had an issue. Les Paul, I was thinking about a Les Paul maybe eventually, but for now, I'm kind of in the Fender. The next guitar that I'm going to be getting, it's a bass. Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. New bass. I'm hoping, because he's releasing 50 of these to start off to see how they do. Where is it? I'll just show you this picture here. It's kind of like this. It's this Fender on the right, that pink one. So I really want it. I'm hoping I could get in with one of those 50. I think they may release this week, and if they do, I'm going to buy it. I need it. I mean, I don't really need it, but I want it. This may be a silly question, but in a few of your UDM Pro setups, you create your main LAN as VLAN. You could. I mean, I just do my management traffic over the VLAN 1. Converter from RJ45 to fiber, works that good or not? It depends. I mean, that's what I have with my fiber coming into the house. It goes into a media converter, and then it goes in from fiber to copper. My 15U was $130 on Amazon. I've sold all my Ubiquity rack and need more. Oh, nice. Yeah, I still have my Ubiquity rack. It's just sitting down here, holding gear, not doing anything. Jeremy, I probably can't talk about that because they haven't, usually we could talk about stuff when they release videos on it and we could talk about what's in that video, but that's it. Any recommendations for a home office rack, UDM Pro and 24 port switch, Synology, and a couple Intel NUCs? I don't know, an 8U rack. It's so hard to, it depends on your style. Like, I like open frame. I'll show you the ones I use, but I don't know where you could buy them throughout the world. Oh God, who's that ugly mug? Where is it? The heck? Where is it? I mean, that's one. I'm just trying to find a picture. I don't want to watch a video. It's just an 8U. Oh, it's this guy right here. That's the style I like. It's open frame. I don't know. It works for me, but I don't know if you could find that on Amazon. Nav point's not bad, and that's a good price, $106. Let's see, Triplite Smart Rack. Well, let's take a look. This one adjustable. Look. Is it this guy right here? So that's kind of like the StarTech one I have. I think it's StarTech. And I still need to go finish this job, actually. Where the heck is it gone? It was in one of the videos that we're doing like Unifi access and a bunch of stuff for this guy right here. I think that might be StarTech. I'm not sure. I forget. That looks nice. I don't mind that. And it has the, that looks like it just has the built-in holes instead of using cage nuts. I hate cage nuts with passion. Have you seen the Lego Fender? I don't know if I have. But if it's cool, I'm going to buy it. Lego Fender. Lego Fender. Oh my God, that is cool. That's not, okay, so this is here. How much is it? Only 190. Well, that's quite expensive actually in Canadian dollars. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna have to buy that. I do have I have some Amazon gift cards, so I'm gonna buy that. Let's save that for after. We won't tell the wife though. Christopher Odd, good morning. How's it going? I was actually, I mentioned you at the beginning. I don't know if you're getting Dying Light too early, but I hope you are. I think some other game streamers are getting it on Thursday, I believe. I can't wait for it to come out. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm about 40 hours in Witcher 3. I don't think I'm going to finish it before that comes out. Spiffing, I'm not going to say your last name, but Spiffing, how's it going? Yeah, that Lego Fender is sick. I didn't even know they had this. I know they have a piano that you could build and you could actually play it, which is really cool. I just don't, I don't like waiting that long. So I'm going to have to do the fastest delivery so it gets to me by the 7th. And then I probably won't build it. Like the other two Legos there. I have the That's the Nintendo Lego, and then I have the International Space Station. Yes, Chris Odd, he's got a lot of Lego. I thought I had quite a bit, and yeah, I can't believe the amount. It's insane. What media converter do you use to transfer the fiber to copper? Any slowness with it? Are you using Bell Fiber? So I don't have 2.5. I only have a 1 gigabit connection, and they gave me their converter because I have business internet. I forget the brand. I'm not too sure, Phil. It's nearly impossible to get into my attic right now. Wondering how thermals would turn out for running network equipment in a small closet. What brand are you using? Like Ubiquiti gear, it does run hot, but it usually never overheats. I had a bunch of, like, I have one of those flex switches in my attic in my garage, and it gets super hot in there. And I have never had an issue. Let's see. What do you think about putting a sound deadening material around to the rack to reduce? So if you watch Chris from let me finish that actually. HD Sound from the UDM Pro or a NAS. If you watch Crosstalk Solutions, he has a deafening rack with sound insulation in it. Check it out. I don't know what the model is though. That one you can expand to 22U, which makes it a bit cheaper. Okay, gotcha. I don't need, like, I have a 25U and I don't even need that much room. But Lego Fender is a fun build. You can build it in either red or black. I probably do it in red, I think. Jeff, how's it going? You do, first stream will be Wednesday night. I'll be checking it out. Wednesday, I don't think I have anything to do Wednesday, so that's what I'll be doing. I do, Chris says, if you hate cage nuts, have you checked out Rackstuds? Rackstuds sent me a couple packs. I was going to use it yesterday on this job in the video, but this one you can't use Rackstuds. They have these easier little rack clips to put on, so I'll do a full separate video on Rackstuds. Another thing about this build, I hate putting in white keystone blanks. I usually prefer black, but I can't get black keystone blanks right now. They're all sold out. You got a Unifi ad. I wonder what are they promoting? Yeah, I have I mean I love Harry Potter. I have quite a few Harry Potter sets that I haven't finished. I'm still building Hedwig from Harry Potter and a couple other things. Lego gets expensive. It's definitely not a cheap hobby. I got like a Lego bike that's super rare. Oh, really? Awesome. Yeah, the flex switch is awesome. I love the flex switch. I think it's great. I mean, to run cameras exterior your house, throw away one of those into your garage and then run all your cables from there. Hey everyone, hit the like button. Yes, please. What are we at? 112 people, 50 likes. I mean, I could just install passive vents into another room once I eventually get AC into the house. I have pretty much everything for the next few years. Oh, cool. I mean, I know businesses that their rooms, their network rooms, they don't have any type of air cooling in there. They don't even have a fan and it's boiling hot. I mean, you want to make sure that your stuff is cooled, but you probably don't need to worry about it that much. You use rack, so I've never used the Rackstuds. Maybe I will do a video on it. I just don't know how long the video would be. It's just gonna be me putting in a switch and maybe a UDM Pro or something like that. I know Tom from Lawrence Systems did a video on the original Rackstuds, putting like actual physical plates of weights to see how much it could handle, and it handled a lot. You can't even get keystone blanks in South Africa. Wow, that's weird. So I'm gonna have to have someone 3D print them. Wow, I wonder if that will be expensive for you to get it like that, because the keystone blanks aren't that much here. How's business in the Toronto area? How do you get your customers, and wondering what the competition price would be compared to other cities? So I'm busy just because, well, YouTube's where I get all my leads from. Physical work isn't super busy. I'm finishing off an old age home that we had like 50 access points we were putting in there. I'm finishing off this other place that you'll see in a video tomorrow. What else? And a couple other jobs, but I do a lot of remote consulting. That's, almost all my work. If for prices, if you're talking about cabling's going to differ. Like if we're doing Cat 6 Plenum cables, you're looking at about $120 a drop. For network consulting, right now I charge $150 an hour Canadian. So it really depends on what price you're looking for. Don't hit the like button twice, hit it 3 times if you're going to hit it multiple times. Decorating and customizing Lego trains is a fun holiday. That's actually a good idea. I wouldn't mind doing that. Try AliExpress. What is this? AliExpress. What is AliExpress? I don't know what it is. Oh, they sell a bunch of stuff. Gotcha. Oh, for blanks. I get them from the local vendor, Infinite Cables. That's who I usually get my blanks from. Hi, Cody. Have you ever had an issue where you plug in SFP into UDM Pro, i.e. freezing the local LAN after restarting the UDM Pro and setting the speed on the SFP? So you need to set if you're going from a UDM Pro, the 10 gig, to a switch that's only 1 gig, you need to hard code the speed for that SFP to work. In my new house, I'm a deploy Unifi. It has a pretty big garden with a little dock for my boat. Nice. Should I buy a XGAP? That's probably overkill. I've never actually installed the XGAPs. I don't even think they're available here. Let's see. Oh, they are. They're grand. I wouldn't do that. That's more for super high density. 1,500 clients. Yeah, you don't need that. It has a 10 gigabit Ethernet interface though. Did I miss where you get your patch panels? Which model? So yes, you did. And where do you get your keystone? So I go to Infinite Cables for my patch cables. They're pretty much the same as the monoprice one, so off of Amazon. I should just start selling these. The amount of people who it's for patch panels, or not patch panels, sorry. For the patch cables, the amount of people who ask me, I should just ship them all here and then distribute them. I have a buddy who sells on Amazon. And I told him to get into these, but I guess there's other people looking into it. But, or what I should do is get my name printed on it and then sell them. They're actually not bad. $2.35 per patch cable. In the video tomorrow, I'll put links to, the patch panels that I use, the Keystone jacks, the tool, the iPunch tool, and everything else. The patch cables or the patch panel that I got for the job yesterday were just, Keystone patch panels. Keystone 24 port. Just something like this, like the TrendNet right here. Let me put that in chat. So the only problem with these ones, they don't have a tension bar at the back where the vertical cables ones do. That's usually what I would get. So, and I get that from TDL Canada. Vertical. It's this guy right here. But, they're, okay, so now they're in stock. They weren't in stock when I went to get them, but they have this, tension bar on the back. Where are we? Anyone else hitting refresh on the Canadian Unifi store? Look, I'm waiting for the Unifi SE. Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping it gets to me this week, or I'm just going to have to buy one from the States, which is going to cost me a crazy amount of money. We have a limit of 3 imports per year per person. I can't, wow. I wonder why. Like, why is that even a law? Why can't you order whatever you want and just pay a duty fee on it? I used SCP from my UDM Pro to a 24 PoE and it works out of the box. No hard coding. Are you using a Pro switch though? If you're using a Pro switch, it would have a 10 gig uplink. I see in your videos you have a lot of different VLANs for your home. Do you have a video on all your different VLANs and the benefits? I probably have a video of just like a small business, setup, something like that. So for my home, I have an IoT network, I have a camera network, I have probably an admin network, I have a VoIP network, and I have Unifi access. I just like to separate everything. I'd have to get an important. Oh, that's crazy. You'll buy them. So it's like, I mean, I did start selling merchandise. Not that, I don't know. I'm not artistic at all. So what you see, oh, I see you, SBX Labs, right there. What you see is me being artistic. How do I get to my store? I guess I could just go to any one of my videos, couldn't I? Let's go here. Let's go here. I think it shows under my videos now too. So I got these stickers. I mean, I lowered these prices as much as I could too, just so you know. Anyway, so we got Mac Telecom stickers. We got this Get Wired cup. It's just my cat. I've ordered one of each. Isn't she so pretty? Like, look at that cat. How can you refuse wanting a coffee cup that looks like that? But I think it would be neat to have branded patch cables or something like that. I think it would be a neat idea. Yeah, so this merch store, this is going through, it's tied into Teespring, I think, something like that. It just integrates with YouTube really easily. Start a merch store with custom patch cables or something, yes. I mean, I do have that Amazon storefront, but I don't update it at all. So no, okay, so it's a $379 Switch. Huh, that's odd. Maybe they fixed it in the firmware. Remember the video I posted about getting robbed? The woman who broke into the job site really stole a brand new UDMP SE. Oh my god. I hope they get caught. That's terrible. Yeah. You need to well, you had cameras. What I have, I mean, there's some people who will get I have a few customers who will get these cameras if they have Unifi. They get the G3 instance, and then they'll put it up on a cell phone battery just to watch construction sites and things like that, because they don't have the physical cabling in there yet, which is really, really cool. You're going to have like a cloud key or something as well, but that's a very cheap solution to watch out your site. Not that cameras, obviously you could tell, are going to stop people from taking things. Yeah, so I haven't tested it in 1.11. I have all 10 gig switches anyway. Is Willie selling those? I didn't know he was so Willie House selling 19-inch branded rack blanks. I didn't know he was selling those. That's actually a really good idea. If you're looking to brand your business, I don't know how much Willie does for like infrastructure work, but for me, like when I'm doing cabling all the time, I'd put that branded patch panel up top. That when I saw it, it was a great idea. She got caught, but offloaded the UDM PSE somewhere else. Got to switch back. Oh, that sucks. That's terrible. The 24 PoE is 1 gigabit, so it doesn't need to be manually configured for the connection. Well, it should if it's 1 gigabit. I mean, unless they fix that, because that was I had people call me and pay for consulting time, and all we need to do is hard code the speed and it will work. There is a G4 instant, but it's in early access right now. There's only the G3 that's currently out. How long will the camera recording on a cell battery? It depends on the size of the battery. I forget the size of mine, but it was like almost a day. You could probably buy really big batteries and then just leave it because it's just a USB-C input. That's it. Hi Life, how's it going? From Germany. This is the other stuff that I installed at that site. So this, we had 6 nano HDs, a bunch of G3 domes, which are the first time that I ever was the first time I've ever installed those. I never installed G3 domes before. They weren't actually too hard to install, which I was glad. Unifi Access, still haven't installed that yet. And then we have 2 G4 bullets. I forget what else they had. They had a couple other things there. A couple switches, UDM Pro. Hey Cody, why not buy some 1U spacers and put your logo and contact business info in it, and then put them into the rack? So that's what we were talking about. Willie Howe has that, and I think it's a amazing idea. I don't know where he posted it though. I think he got it like etched in somewhere. I don't know how far back he would have done this. Maybe he didn't put it on Instagram. Anyway, it was a really cool idea. I probably won't do that. I'll think of something original and do it. BJ, how's it going? Good morning. Got a couple Unifi in-wall installed yesterday. They're great. The Unifi in-walls are great. And I got something coming from Ubiquiti that I paid for. That's like an in-wall, but it's in early access right now. Troy, thank you for the 20. Let's see if that alert goes off. I don't know if it will or not. I don't see it up. But there might be latency. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's awesome. That comes to $25.55 Canadian. That will buy me a lot of Tim Hortons coffee. Thank you. Oh, it did come up. See? That's awesome. Okay, so it does work. It just takes, it's a lot slower than when we see it in chat. And yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hi, Mac Telecom. I recently bought a house and I want to have Unifi Wi-Fi and camera setup. What 2 Unifi APs in some cameras, but I have PF Sense. Can I buy UDM Pro? What switches do you recommend? So for access points, I'd probably go with the U6 Pros. For cameras, I go with the G4 Bullet. And then for a controller, I would go with the UNVR and just host the Unifi network on your computer. Yes, Christian, you are correct. That's what I did get. So yeah, I can't really talk about it because it's the EA, but I'm excited to test it out. We're gonna have to block this person. Yeah, let's see. How do I block people? Boop. All right. Oh, and that's what I was gonna talk about. We haven't talked about that yet. This thing I can talk about, and it just got released. Let me just check my cameras to make sure the ISP is not here. This just got released in the Ubiquiti store last week. And their naming conventions are all over the place. I don't understand it. So we got the Access Point Wi-Fi 6 mesh. This used to be called the Access Point Flex HD. So I don't know why it's not Flex U6 or I don't even know. Anyway, I ordered one of those with the thing coming from EA. It cost me so much money. It's insane how much duty fees are. But anyway, this will be here hopefully this week, and I could do a review on it in a video. The UDM Pro reviews in my country have literally one minus point, which is pretty expensive for residential applications. It all depends where you live and different price points. I mean, for me, I don't think it's residential is a little bit different. It depends what you're trying to do. You could probably just get a Linksys router and be done with it. But if you want to have decent Wi-Fi, a Unifi setup is what I would do. But you're looking at a few $1,000s if you want switches, a UDM Pro, access points, cameras, you know, so on and so forth. Oh, you have that, Christian. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to test it out. I won't be able to talk about it until it comes out to general public, though. For a standard house with 3 cameras and a doorbell, what size HDD would you recommend in the UDM SE? I'm not sure if the SE uses the internal. I'm not too sure if it uses the internal for Protect, but you would want to get more than... Phil, thank you very much for the $6.99. Here's for more coffee. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You would probably want to get an 8 terabyte at least, or a 12. I think you could do a 12 terabyte. I forget what their maximum is in those. Thank you again for the coffee. And the alert went out quicker that time. That's awesome. Jeremy, I don't think there's a difference between the mesh unit. It's just how they're saying, like their wording to it. I don't understand why they're doing mesh, but it's plugged in. Like a mesh to me is when you have a device that can't physically plug into a switch and you have a wireless uplink to another access point. Yes, please explain what. Yeah, so hopefully that made sense. About the mesh. The mesh is a wireless uplink from one access point to another. If you just plug an access point into power, it has no data connection, and then it would be a wireless uplink. Roy, thank you very much. I'm not too sure what that's in. NOK currency. Let's see what that is. I can't say that word. I can't say it, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's awesome. How's it going? And it's going well. I wonder if that will pop up on screen. We'll see. Do you know oh, it did. Wicked. Do you know the maximum storage that HDD can have in the UDM Pro SE? So they recommend 8 terabytes, but I think people have pushed it to 12 terabytes. Any thoughts on the UDR, if you could say anything? So I can say something because they released the video on it. I think it looks really cool. And I have one. Oh, I don't know where it went. I hope no one took it, but I should have one sitting up on that shelf, which I haven't tried yet. But I think for homes, if it stays at that price point, for homes, that's going to be amazing. Rich, thank you for the 10 pounds. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are being very generous this morning. Thank you. I think mesh does both. Okay. Just replaced my backyard AC mesh with the 6 mesh. It's been great. I did see that and I tried to get it, but I wasn't quick enough. That's the problem with this new Shipsy thing that I'm using to get products from the United States into Canada. It could end up costing me a lot of money because now that I can get it from Norway. Okay, Norwegian. I probably messed that up. Yeah. Speaking of Shipsy, they just actually sent me a message saying that one item is available to pick up in Markham, so that's awesome. Unifi is very expensive in SA, but just had to go with them. I wanted DPI, which most residential routers don't have. No regrets yet. Yep. If you need more, then you're going to be paying a bit more for it. Correct. Can you migrate your hard drives from one, and I have it from one NVR to another. I haven't done that. I'm not too sure. I have a 16 terabyte drive in my UDMP and it works fine. Okay, cool. So I have or it's not even my customer yet. They called me last week. Somebody sold, whoever was looking over their Unifi network sold them another Unifi video box like 6 months ago, or whenever they discontinued it, so you can't, remotely view through that link, and saying that it was brand new, and they took the passwords. They don't know the passwords. So what they want me to do, replace it with a UNVR, but I have to go around to every single camera. They have about 40 cameras and reset all of them. It's going to be a nightmare. Can you use it as NAS FTP? No, you cannot. No. Let's see. Will I have problems if I take my HDD for Protect out of my UDM Pro SE and put it in an NVR at a later date? So you want to make sure that your UDM Pro or the SE, I believe, because I haven't tested the SE, is powered down. Because if you pop out that hard drive, it's going to freeze on you. So I'd power it down first. I'm guessing with the cost of delivery, you will be doing a full review on the U6 mesh, new Wi-Fi. Yes, I will be. I definitely will. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place it. Because in this office, I have the U6 Pro, and then we have a U6 Lite on the other side of the upstairs. We have an in-wall HD, and then in the basement, I have a U6 long range. So maybe I'll put it in this office and replace it with the U6 Pro. Anyone have any idea why? Oh, here we go. Anyone has an idea why a factory reset G3 Instant Remember the previous Wi-Fi. Is there a place I could set a different Wi-Fi for the cameras? You may want to keep trying to reset it. It doesn't sound like it's actually reset. I'm looking for ISPs for my new home. Best one is 600 down by 40 up. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty good. I remember you mentioned that, or mentioned in my arms in your live stream. I thought that was hilarious. My workout routine is pretty much non-existent. I ate Little Caesars last night. The day before, I had Little Caesars and Wendy's. Virgil, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'm gonna start eating better. I'll text you what I use. It's this 4-week workout to gain 10 pounds muscle. I need to lose weight though. I don't need to gain weight. But I'll send you a link. It's a free workout guide, depending if you're like, have weights and things like that. The one thing I do need to work out, one is running. I need to start running so I could, lose some fat. But my chicken legs, I need to work out my legs more. I could probably lift more weight with my arms than I could with my leg, which is embarrassing. But running, I don't know. I used to run for like an hour a day and I can't do it now. Doing like 10 minutes just kills my ankles. Just bought the Synology 1621 Plus. How do you like yours? Have you put the M2s in for read-write cache? So I have the 1621 XS Plus. I haven't put any M2s in it yet, but I might. I love it. I mean, I think it's great. The majority of the stuff that I do on there is to back up my computers and then is to back up my videos, and that's it. That's all I really do for it. I'm still planning on doing a video of doing like replication from my house to my mom's house on a different NAS. I have the NAS sitting beside me. I just haven't got there. Is there any way the UDM Pro to use multiple static IPs on the WAN? Yes, you can. You could add additional IPs, but can you do policy-based routing? Not really. Looking forward to it. I could send you some of my running stuff. You could send me some of your Popeye routine. So it's just, it worked for me in the past, but I haven't really been following a routine. I just go to the gym and work out. Yeah. I guess gyms, well, you're actually, where you live, it's probably a little different with restrictions and things. Can I use a Western Digital Purple Pro in my UDM Pro, or can I use the non-Pro, that's a lot of pros, W Purple? Yeah, whichever. I mean, Western Digital Purples are meant for surveillance. Please, could we use U6 Lite or Pro wall mounted? I think you can. You have to look at the radiation patterns, right? The radiation patterns, they do have it in the diagram. I believe that you could have it horizontally on the wall. Let me just see here. I don't know if it's in there. Like, why don't we get these cool skins in Canada either? Drives me insane. I'm pretty sure you can. I think yeah, you can see it right here. It's horizontal on the wall. I think that gives you more distance. Yeah, go ahead. I think you'll be fine. If you find the performance not up to what you want, try putting it on the wall. Like normally. Move an exercycle in front of your camera and do your Sunday show while riding. I got 3 miles in watching. I couldn't do that. My legs would fall off. And I would be breathing so heavy. Even though I have a noise gate on here, you'd still easily be able to hear it. They do have a couple bikes at my gym, but I rarely go on. I usually use the Stairmaster thing, and I do running once in a while. But currently they only have 4 treadmills. It's a small gym, and 2 of them are closed just for distancing. And the 2 that are open are right beside each other, so I don't get it. And I hate running beside people. I absolutely hate it. The only thing I'm bothered with is the laws with security cameras. We can only film our own property. You cannot film the streets nor your neighbors. Yes. So that depends where you live. But in Ubiquity, you could blank out like your neighbor's house, which kind of sucks because you're not capturing the roads or anything like that. I mean, I guess you could still capture the roads, but it just blocks out the whole screen. They sell brackets to put the U6 Pro horizontally on the wall. So I think he means like this though. Like this way, right? So you could just use the standard bracket that comes with it. They are selling. I don't think those brackets are out yet. The ones that you're talking about, I think those are an EA. With the G3 Instant, good to use in an outdoor covered area. I probably wouldn't use it. I think it's an indoor cable or camera, and you need to power it with power, or put it in a power receptacle to use it. Or use a battery backup, like I said before. Yes, ASICs. ASICs are, I've heard of that, and I need, I wear my running shoes everywhere. Like to job sites, I barely ever wear steel-toe boots. So I need to buy just a set of shoes for the gym. Does UDM Pro support non-Unifi cameras like IP camera over OnVIF? No, they do not. Unfortunately, it's a locked-in ecosystem. As of right now, anyway. I don't know if they probably will never change that. I have a U6 LR mounted on the wall, covers my entire 2-floor townhome. The U6 LR is a wicked access point. I love it. I thought you get better Wi-Fi performance from ups on the ceiling, not wall, because Wi-Fi goes down and out. So you get better range. So the range is better. I think you get longer distance when it's horizontally on the wall. When it's on the ceiling, you get better performance. Let's see. I too hate when we can't access the same items our friends to. Yes, I know it really does suck. But if you, well, you can. Like I use this thing here now. I just started using it last week. But Shipsy, so you could order stuff in the, US. It will go to their US address, and it's a freight forwarder, so it will forward it to you. But it costs a lot more money. And in the States, you have to pay for shipping with Ubiquiti if you go under $100 or $200, which I think is insane. Here I could buy a $3 patch cable and it will come to me for free. Is it possible to assign one user to 2 different phones on the same network within Unified Talk? That's a good question, and I'm not too sure, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I'll look into that for you. Because I'm gonna have to end up doing some other videos for Unified Talk anyway. But I'm worried that when someone walks up to my driveway and that their face gets covered by the blanked out area. Well, so you just need to blank out your neighbors, right? You could openly have your area. So it's going to be all about camera positioning for you. Here we're allowed to record pretty much whatever. Yeah. Technically, can you talk about EA stuff if you only talk about the spec sheet on the patent the Ubiquiti submits? I don't know. I'm not going to test it though, because I have a good relationship with Ubiquiti right now. We can talk about like this stuff here. Do I get back to YouTube? Like we could talk about anything that Ubiquiti has. All right, so they've released all these videos on EA stuff. Where is it? Like the G4 doorbell. I could talk about that. I could talk about the Protect AI camera, but I only could talk about what they show in the video, and that's it. They do have some really cool stuff coming out though, and I can't wait to test more of it out. Actually, let's get it off that page. There's way too much going on. Here we go. Move my head over here. Let's move chat over there. I still haven't set up StreamYard. Yeah. I just want something that easily integrates with XSplit that I could pop up chat questions so it could be larger for people. Does Unified Talk have a follow me function? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not as, I mean, it's still very early. But I haven't tested a lot of it either. Ubiquiti should have a chart that they update with each new AP that shows the signal directions for each AP. So I think they do have something like that, but it's Unifi radiation patterns. Shouldn't I have really spelled that wrong, but I don't know if it's, yeah, so here, well, they might not, maybe they don't have the newest one. So this is the UHD, SHD, which no one probably buys, the lights. I don't know if they have any 6s in here. Oh, they do. See? Yeah, they do. They have the U6 here. Here, I'll post this in chat. There you go. Uh-oh. Who's this coming out? Oh, no, that's Rogers. That's my other ISP. Let's see. Don't ruin your relationships. It's not worth it, especially if your business model depends on it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't anyway. I mean, I love, obviously, I love Ubiquity. You can tell my channel's pretty much all Ubiquity. I do have some Aruba switches coming in, those stackable switches, so that will be made into a video. I still need to do a video on Ingenious. They sent me a 2.5 gig switch, so we'll do a video on that. We'll end up doing a video on rack studs. I have this Asus Tor NAS that I should have done a review on probably 6 months ago. I just need to get some time to play around with it. Mac Telecom Networks, I know you can have multiple phones ring in unfinished with the same phone number as long as the extension is different. It complies same thing multi-phone or DID dial-in number. So yeah, you could have different ring groups, but I mean, it's not as advanced as a Grandstream phone system, right? They're fairly new to it, and I think that scares quite a lot of people. But for small office, it's super easy to set up. You saw, if you watch my video, that, I mean, that took me no time at all to set it up. Sometimes it's hard for less knowledgeable people to decide what AP to buy. True. I mean, these Radiant, I don't even know if people like who aren't very techie would understand what's going on with these radiation patterns though either. Ever deployed Grandstream Wi-Fi AP? They have Wi-Fi 6.2 now and have a built-in controller. I have a Wi-Fi 6, or not Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5. I did a video on one of their Wi-Fi 5 APs. I forget which model it was. I've been trying to get a Wi-Fi 6 AP. I don't know where to buy them. I'm going to ask my distributor tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a video on how we read the radiation patterns, because that could be quite intensive. I mean, there's quite a bit to it, and maybe I'll do a radiation pattern video with a heat map. I'm waiting on, who the heck is it? Oh god, I can't think of it. It's the tester that I have, but they're gonna send me out one of their new testers to do videos on that does heat map scans. So maybe I'll combine that all in one. Also, Fluke Networks, I think they're sending me out a tester as well. Was wondering if I should get something like a 5009 from MikroTik or make a custom router on OpenSense. I'm not too sure. MikroTik I haven't used too much. I have a couple of their routers, but I haven't really even taken them out of the box. Let's see. Using the Unifi heat map with the network app, is it me or can it? You can't save it. No, it's not you. So hopefully that's a function that they add after. I'd really like to see that integrate with Unified Design Center. Yeah, I think it's a great video idea. A lot of people have been asking me how I do heat map scans. We did use NetSpot. That's a more budget-friendly option. So that could be a good video idea too. I don't think it's going to be for a lot of people though, because that's very specific, but I think it would still make for a great video. It's probably okay for me to film the street. My current neighbor has a Ring doorbell on the door, which is stupid considering she has a hardwired doorbell. We've had 0 issues. Oh, that makes sense. I love my G4 doorbell. I can't wait to try out the new one. MikroTik I don't use. I mean, yeah, it's too complicated to be honest. MikroTik is a Swiss Army knife in routing world, but has a steep learning curve. That is correct. There is one guy on on here on YouTube. I forget his name, but he does a lot of MikroTik videos. It's just for me, like I wouldn't ever deploy MikroTik at one of my customers. Yeah, for it just wouldn't work. I mean, it's too for me. It's not. I just need to learn it. But at that time, I don't have that much time to learn something like that. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the router. Which one did I buy? Is it's just sitting here collecting dust, and I've been selling a lot of my gear that I bought. I have this one right here. It's only 219 bucks. I thought it was more money than that. I thought I bought it for like 400. Oh, you know what? That's US price. So that's what I have. I mean, I guess I could give it away. I don't know if, yeah. I just don't know the rules on giving away stuff now on YouTube, if they've changed a bit. Or I take a look at this and learn MikroTik and do some videos. I just don't think they would do overly well on my channel. Network Berg, that's it. Yes, exactly. That's who he is. This room seems so dark right now, but my lights are... I think it's the outside. Yeah, my lights are full. Have you tried or know if the 10G WAN on the UDM Pro supports 2.5 SFPs or any speed in between 1 or 10? TELUS has a router of the 2.5 interface for their 1. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that because we only have a 1 gig here right now. Can you do testing of the Unifi Wi-Fi access point? I need something with no Wi-Fi. Meaning I need something that I don't have to reboot APS or UPS monthly. I'm not too sure. I could, yeah, I guess I could do some testing yet. MikroTik is for hobbyists. I think MikroTik is big in the WISP market. I follow a couple, I forget what their name is. TikTok. She started a company years ago. What the heck is her name? Oops, okay, so that's not powering. Where is she? Oh, Geeky Tech. So they do really good. They do wicked videos. They do a lot of I think they do WISP. All their stuff is WISP work. So they own a WISP business, and it's really cool. I look forward to seeing if the fingerprint scan on the G4 doorbell controls the bolt lock in EA. I believe it will, because in their video they had that little asterisk and it said you need that smart lock. But I'm probably only going to be here for another 5 to 10 minutes, so ask questions if you have any. And then I have to wait for this Bell guy to come by, see what's happening with the ONT. Really sucks because I wanted to go to Canada Computers and buy a new mouse. So I want to get a wireless mouse for gaming too, because the cord on this mouse, which is just like what's the brand? They're called Red Dragon. It's a cheap mouse, but I love it. It's just too short. So what was I think? Let me look up the mouse I was thinking. Best gaming, best wireless gaming mouse 2020. I think it was a Razer Viper Ultimate. I think. I want to get out to the store so I could grab it before they close. I don't know if anybody has experience with wireless mice. They're probably not the best, but I think it would work well for me. I can't wait for Unifi Smart Lock. That was hinted. Yes, that's going to be cool. My go-to combo on big deployments is MikroTik router plus Unifi APs, still running rock solid for years. I know a few people who do that setup, and you know what? The more power to you. It is, there's nothing wrong with MikroTik, right? It's just I don't know if I want to get into that. Oh yes, I could post it. They're only on TikTok, so I don't know if you go on TikTok too often, but. Geeky Tech. Forget where they're out of. Arizona, maybe? That's Geeky Tech right there. They're great. I love watching their videos. Does the UDM Pro hard drive operate when you add an NVR? It does. When you add an NVR, you have to turn off the controller in the UD and Pro. Is there a way to get 5 GB on to the UD and Pro? Probably not. They only have a 2.5 interface. What I meant is I'm still using Wi-Fi 5 first gen coming from the Apple Airport Extremes that work well for coverage, but I want something good for Wi-Fi 6 that's rock solid. I mean, all the Unifi stuff that I've tested out, Wi-Fi 6 has been great. The only downfall to it is they only have that 1 gig interface. That's it. Logitech G502 is the best gaming mouse. I got mine at Canada Computers. Let me look that up. I could get a USB extension, but I kind of really just want a wireless mouse. Yeah. I'm sick of, I don't know. Which one was it? Are these here? Only two, well, it's $200, not only $200, still fairly pricey. So what's the difference between light speed wireless mouse? This, oh, okay, so these must be wired. So it's $200. But are they available in the store that I need them to be? And they are. All right, well, I'm gonna have to decide which one I want. Hopefully they have some that I could actually test out in like grip. Any issues using a Unifi AP Lite with an Orbi router to add coverage in my basement? Probably not. You'd have to do it on different SSIDs though. Do you get disconnections on your G4 doorbell when it's cold outside? So I hadn't, and then I think it was last week we had that cold freeze, which was like minus 35, and I did get a disconnect. I'm gonna assume that it's from the cold. So what you think of Logitech mice? I love them. They work well. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried out too many different type of mice. Like I said, I just have this Red Dragon. Actually, let's look it up. It's like a $20 mouse, and I love it. I mean, it's worked amazing. I actually bought some Razer mice, and I didn't like them compared to this one. What the heck is it? It's this right here, $24. I have a couple of them, and I think these things are wicked. They just, I don't know, they feel good in my palm, and they work well. But if I could get one of these wireless, that would be great. And maybe I can. I just haven't looked it up. Okay, another 5 minutes, and then I am out of here for the day. The video will be out tomorrow for the install I did. I did yesterday. And then I'm not too sure what else. I have a lot of stuff on the back burner that I need to get videos out for, but I'm really wanting that. I'm really wanting the Unifi SE. 35 degrees Celsius, minus 35 degrees Celsius. Let's see what that is in Fahrenheit. Celsius too. I spelt that completely wrong. Celsius, minus 35. So that's still minus 31 Fahrenheit. It was pretty cold. Like even right now, I have my window open. It was warm in this room, and I mean, my legs are freezing right now. I probably should shut that window. What else to look at? Oh, I guess this access point. Look out for this access point video. I forgot about that. There's probably not going to be much to it. I'll unbox it. We'll do some tests. And that's pretty well it. I'm trying to think if I have any other jobs that I'm doing like on-site stuff for. I have some Unifi access stuff that I need to do. I need to film at an actual job site. So I think that would be cool. Cutting in door strikes and things like that. I think a lot of, I mean, some people would want to see that, I would hope. Because, yeah, door strikes are difficult. Love the Logitech MX Master rechargeable mouse. However, I do not play games. Love the scroll wheel. Yeah, I'm not talking about like games like first-person shooters. I'm talking about like RPG, Witcher, like The Witcher, Dying Light, things like that. If I do play like multiplayer games with people, I use my Xbox controller. I still do want like very low latency though. Yeah, I'm so impatient with videos. Like I get so excited. So I just finished editing, or cutting the video together this morning, like at 3 or 4 a.m. I still need to make the outro for it, but I know once I do the outro and it's finished and it's rendered, I'm gonna want to release it, and I need to stop doing that because I usually want my video scheduled Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. It just shows, you could actually see in, I'll show you guys what the dashboard looks like. If we go to analytics, we go to audience, like it shows you here. I don't know why that will go away. Like the dark purple is when you have the most viewers on. So at around 11 a.m. on Mondays is pretty good. But then I'll end up releasing it on Sunday night at like 9 p.m. and there's like nobody on. So I need to start just sticking to the schedule and not getting excited and wanting to release it early, just so the videos do a bit better. SPX, have a good day. Yeah, I'm hoping the guy gets here, or guy or girl gets here soon to fix my fiber. Yeah, the next video, I need to figure out my thumbnail for it. It's probably going to be some stupid face that, is usually done that us YouTubers do. And it's funny, there are people who hate those faces that, on all these thumbnails, but they get a lot more engagement than just a normal standard thumbnail. Let's see. Can Unifi email with internet service outage, meaning every down event? I'm curious. Can they email? You might be able to set some sort of trap when your internet goes down. Yeah, I haven't set it up, but I'm sure it could be done. I bet you the ISP or Bell isn't going to get here until 5 p.m. The latest time that they said they were going to come, which is unfortunate. But anyway, I think I'm going to be out of here for the day. The questions are slowing down a bit. If you want to hit the thumbs up button when you're leaving, that would be great. Thank you for all the new memberships. Thank you for all of the super chats. That's been awesome. We'll be back live again next Sunday. I may throw in a live stream during the week, like at nighttime, see how it does, and go from there. But watch out for hopefully UDM SE videos. Watch out for that new Mesh 6 video, and then the video that comes out tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for coming by, and I will see you in probably next Sunday. Take care.